Museums are for putting away and showing objects for chronicled, imaginative, logical, or social interests. These objects incorporate paintings by incredible craftsmen, chronicled antiques, original copies, figures, etc. Be that as it may, have you known about an exhibition hall for penises, a parasite museum, and particularly one for toilets? Indeed, these museums exist. So here are 10 of the weirdest museums in the world, since nothing fascinates humans more than finding odd things on the web and in reality. So let's get right into it, shall we? Number 10. The Museum of Bad Art, Massachusetts, USA. The best of good art pieces get a spot in historical centers like museums. So it's reasonable enough for the most exceedingly terrible art pieces to get their museums also. The Museum of Bad Art, MOBA, is an exclusive historical center whose express point is to praise the work of artists whose work would be shown and appreciated in no other gathering. It was initially in Dedham with current branches in Somerville, Brookline, and South Weymouth in Massachusetts. Its permanent assortment incorporates more than 700 pieces of artwork not good enough to be overlooked, with 25 to 35 artworks out there for anyone to see at any one time. MOBA was established in 1994 after antique vendor Scott Wilson showed a canvas he had recuperated from the waste to certain companions who recommended starting a collection. The museum then, at that point, moved to the basement of a theater in Dedham. To be recognized for MOBA's collection, works should be unique and have genuine expectations. However, they should likewise have critical defects without being exhausting. Caretakers are not keen on showing purposeful kishk. The most astonishing aspect, in case you're into chortles, might be the interpretive depictions going with each piece. It's a high commendation to the art piece recuperated from garage sales, thrift shops, and garage cans by the museum's volunteers. Number 9. The Theeguro Parasitological Museum. Why go to the art gallery when you could set out on an outwardly shocking visit through the world's most extensive collection of parasites? Set up in 1953 as a research facility by Satoru Kamagi, MD, the Theeguro Parasitological Museum in Tokyo, Japan is dedicated to parasite still life. It is a small museum with display portrayals for its 60,000 specimens written in Japanese. The ground floor houses specimens of various bugs that utilize animals as hosts. Here, you'll likewise discover maps laying out what sort of parasites flourish in what area of the country, while the subsequent floor is committed to parasites that are known to contaminate individuals. In any case, the fundamental fascination in this bizarre historical center is an 8.8 meter long tapeworm known as the longest on the planet and is ensured to cause your hair to stand on end. Other than protected examples of a variety of frightening little creatures, the exhibition hall additionally has a library stacked with 6,000 books on the study of parasites. Among the models, you'll find compelling photos including an astoundingly enlarged scrotum that once belonged to a human who was infected with a terrible tropical bug. The gallery additionally has a little present shop where you can purchase parasite-themed t-shirts, keychains, and even birthday cards. Number 8. The Dog Collar Museum, Kent, England. Canines in this present world have it simple and light. On the off chance that you love everything canine, consider visiting the world's just museum devoted to canine collars. This unique museum flaunts an entrancing assortment of canine collars traversing 5 centuries. Set up during the 1970s by Irish student of history John Hunt and his wife Gertrude, who introduced her dearest assortment of 60 canine collars to the palace, this eccentric gallery has more than 130 uncommon and significant chokers in plain view. The most punctual antique, tracing back to the 15th century, is a massive iron collar shrouded in enormous spikes intended to shield the hunting dogs from wolves and bears. Here, you'll likewise discover fancy plated chokers of the Baroque time frame, exquisite 19th century restraints made from silver, stylish 20th century instances of canine couture, and a lot of other exciting collars. Number 7. Saloop International Museum of Toilets, Delhi, India. With regards to India, the world normally has the possibility of terrible cleanliness maintenance. Indeed, we're here to refute you. Needed to know the historical backdrop of latrines from the current occasions to 4,500 years prior? The International Museum of Toilets has found every one of the solutions. This historical center is an accolade for the lofty porcelain position ideated by museum caretaker Dr. Bindishwar Pathak, who runs Saloop International, the most prominent non-profit in India committed to further developing general ailments. This unique museum highlights rare facts, pictures, and latrines from plain chamber pots to luxuriously enlivened and Victorian restrooms. A portion of the latrines are similar to the ones having a place within the Middle Ages timeframe. Some molded like a treasury box, one masked as a cabinet, are largely essential articles and will unquestionably delight you and is genuinely one of the weirdest museums on the planet. This exhibition hall is separated into 3 segments: Old, Middle Age, and Present Day. The old area has exhibitions identifying with the first man-made latrines found in Pakistan in 3000 BC, if you were pondering. In contrast, the hand-painted resplendent Austrian latrine bowls in the Middle Age segments are stunning. In the advanced segment, you'll discover high-tech Japanese and Korean toilets alongside a replica of the world's most prominent toilet complex, which can be found in Maharashtra in West Focal, India. Number 6. Museo Sabiquattico diate. Zeroing in on the convergence of art and environmentalism, in 2009 the sky blue waters encompassing Cancun, Isla Mujeres, and Punta Nuzik, Museo Sabiquattico diate, or MUSA for short, was constructed and highlighted more than 500 life-size figures fixed to the ocean bottom. The maritime art serves as an artificial reef, biggest on the planet, uniquely intended to advance the development of coral, which consistently changes the aquatic landscape that traverses a space of around 4,521 feet and results in a frightfully excellent visual portrayal of people cooperating with the climate. Guests can explore the museum by swimming, glass-bottom boat, or scuba diving. Number 5. The Icelandic Phallological Museum, Reykjavik, Iceland. It's not difficult to recognize the entrance to this themed assortment in the Icelandic city of Reykjavik. All things considered, it's only one out of every odd day a penis-molded sign aids your way. Devoted to the investigation of phallology, loaded up with over 215 penises and penile parts of land and sea mammals, the Icelandic Phallological Museum was established by previous educator Theeguro Harkisson. His journey in all things phallological began when he was a youngster living in provincial Iceland, where pizzles or bulls' penises are frequently used as cattle whips. In 1974, he began gathering whale penises and opened the first exhibition hall in 1990 after amassing a critical assortment of penises. The museum incorporates specimens of polar bears, seals, foxes, reindeers, elephants, walruses, and Homo sapiens that are in plain view, alongside an assortment of mixed phallic craftsmanship. There's additionally a 1 meter long blue whale penis which was once evidently utilized as a paddle for a canoe. What might be the quintessence of a phallological exhibition hall if the penis of the planet's apex species isn't in plain view? The Historical Center accepted its first human show from a 95-year-old Icelandic man in 2011 and 3 others to finish the collection. Be sure to stop by the gift shop before exiting the museum. You will not only discover a pizzle, however, you will find an arrangement of originator condoms and penis-formed container openers. Number 4. Museum of Death. Museum of Death is a historical center with locations on Hollywood Boulevard in Hollywood, Los Angeles, and New Orleans. It was set up in June 1995 by J.D. Healy and Catherine Schultz, with the gallery's express objective being to make people happy to be alive. The gallery was initially established in 1995 in San Diego, in a structure the proprietors guaranteed was the city's first funeral home. It started as a hobby of the authors J.D. Healy and Catherine Schultz. They would keep in touch with serial killers they were keen on, and afterwards flaunting the craftsmanship of their friends through correspondence had made once every year at an expert show. In 1995, following a couple of long periods of presentations, the collection and numerous different materials were made into a museum. In late 1999, the couple endeavored to get an enormous number of materials from the Heaven's Gate cult suicides. Even though they had the option to buy numerous things preceding the principal police auction, their advantage in purchasing sufficient products to reproduce this scene completely prompted colossal press interest and exposure. They were consequently expelled by their property manager and moved to Hollywood Boulevard in Los Angeles. Preceding the new Los Angeles building turning into a museum, the structure was the home of West Beach Recorders, and before that, Producer's Studio, where Pink Floyd and others recorded. The walls incorporate deafening specialists to assist with recordings, which presently serve to loan a calm acoustic setting for the different exhibitions. Number 3. International Spy Museum, Washington, D.C. From Spy Kids to James Bond, no profession seems more interesting than being a spy. The International Spy Museum offers a worldwide viewpoint of this one-of-a-kind and undetectable profession. The exhibition hall includes an assortment of spy devices that are never seen by general society. This information center spotlights human insight and illuminates guests with the jobs played by spies on real-life occasions. Their collection incorporates a lipstick gun, high-tech features, shoes with hidden microphones, spy cameras, spy vehicles stacked with automatic rifles, counterfeit monetary standards, and a lot more exciting gadgets. Furthermore, you can turn into a covert operative also and start your own experience by taking part for the sake of entertainment-filled games at the scene. Number 2. Avanos Hair Museum, Turkey. Avanos, Turkey might be better known for a lot of wonderful things, which include the imposing Ushisar Castle, hot air balloon rides, ceramics, mesmerizing fairy chimneys, and pottery shops, to name a few. Avanos is additionally home to a historical center of sorts committed to human hair. The museum beginnings can be traced to a potter named Shez Gallop who got hair strands from a companion when she moved away. After showing the example in his shop, female clients started leaving their hair cuttings. Between the last part of the 70s and the present, the gallery has amassed around 16,000 contributions of hair. Each hair sample is accompanied by a brief description of who gave it, and guests are urged to leave bits of their hair. Number 1. Torture Museum, Amsterdam. And lastly, the Torture Museum in Amsterdam. Amid vibrant bars and lodgings in the core of Amsterdam, this evil museum transports guests back on schedule to Europe's dark history, when torment and execution were ordinary. From the spike-shrouded Inquisition seat to beheading blades, this historical center showcases more than 40 instruments utilized to interrogate suspected lawbreakers, witches, and political detainees. The gallery likewise teaches understudies on current torment skills that are still practiced in almost 100 nations. The museum also vows its help for the United Nations Convention Against Torture. We hope that you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to receive notifications about all of our future videos. Till next time, bye.